Right now, that $80,000 truck in your driveway is a depreciating computer on wheels. You signed a 7-year loan for a machine that needs a $3,000 dealer scanner just to read a check engine light. The active fuel management lifters can shred themselves at 60,000 miles, a $15,000 engine bill. A $400 diesel exhaust fluid sensor can shut your truck down on the highway. You're paying more than ever to own less than ever. But scattered across this country, veteran mechanics are holding onto 5 specific trucks they refuse to sell at any price. They start easier. They tow harder. They cost a fraction to maintain. And one truck on this list needs exactly one electrical wire to run. When that wire fails, a shoelace will do. First, the truck at number 5 is going to make you furious about what GM did to it. From 1999 to 2006, General Motors built the GMT 800 Silverado and Sierra with the 5.3-liter Vortec LM 7x8, cast iron block, aluminum heads, 295 horsepower, and 335 pound-feet of torque, paired with the 4L60E automatic transmission. No turbos, no direct injection, no cylinder deactivation. A simple pushrod V8 that mechanics consistently report crossing 300,000 miles on original internals with nothing more than oil changes. Then, General Motors destroyed it. In 2007, they added active fuel management, a cylinder deactivation system that collapses 4 lifters under light load. The result has been catastrophic. Collapsed lifters, ticking engines, bent pushrods, shredded camshafts. In April 2025, General Motors recalled 597,630 vehicles under NHTSA campaign 25V274000 for bearing defects in the newer 6.2-liter L87 that shares the same AFM design. Philosophy: the pre-AFM 5.3-liter Vortec has none of these problems. It is the truck General Motors should have never stopped building. If you agree, hit that like button and subscribe right now. But this truck is just the warm-up, because the one at number 4 is the truck Toyota built so well, they literally bought it back from its owner to study why it refused to die. The 1995 to 2004 Toyota Tacoma with the 3.4-liter 5 VZF EV6 produces 190 horsepower and 220 pound-feet of torque from a dual overhead cam design that is nearly impossible to kill. Today, a new Tacoma costs over $40,000 with a turbocharged 4-cylinder and an 8-speed automatic. More parts, more sensors, more dealer visits. The first-generation Tacoma shares its engineering DNA with the Toyota Hilux that Top Gear tried to destroy in Season 3, Episode 5. They drowned it, dropped a building on it, set it on fire. It started every time. That same philosophy produced Victor Shepard's 2007 Tundra, which crossed 1 million miles on its original engine and transmission before Toyota bought it back in 2016 to study how it survived. Their chief engineer tore it apart bumper to bumper. The answer was overbuilt fundamentals. That is what a first-generation Tacoma gives you. And we still have not even touched the truck veteran mechanics say you can fire up with nothing but a piece of scrap wire. But the truck at number 3 is where the serious technical firepower begins, which is exactly why the 1999 to 2003 Ford Super Duty with the 7.3-liter Power Stroke makes everything on a modern dealer lot look fragile. Built by International as the T444E, this cast iron turbo diesel V8 delivers 275 horsepower and 525 pound-feet of torque. Ford produced over 2 million of them by 2002. The fuel system is what makes it legendary. The 8UE system, hydraulically actuated, electronically controlled unit injection, uses high-pressure engine oil to fire the injectors. No common rail leaks. No high-pressure fuel lines cracking at 100,000 miles. The oil does the heavy lifting. When Ford replaced the 7.3 with the 6.0-liter Power Stroke, They got exhaust gas recirculation cooler cracks, head gasket blowouts, injector stiction, and some of the worst diesel reliability complaints in modern history. The 7.3 has none of that. Mechanics report these engines crossing 300,000, 400,000, even 500,000 miles with nothing more than oil changes and fuel filters. If you own a 7.3-liter Power Stroke, drop your mileage in the comments. Those numbers will shock people. But the truck at number 2 is the one that built an entire generation of American gearheads. And that is nothing compared to what is waiting at number 2. The 1973 to 1987 Chevrolet and GMC Square Body K10 and K20, equipped with the 350 cubic inch small block V8, the TH400 automatic or SM4654 speed manual, and the legendary NP205 transfer case. Today, you cannot buy a truck without a touchscreen subscription, a data-collecting infotainment center, and over-the-air updates that alter your vehicle without your consent. The Square body has 0 computers, 0 sensors, 0 software. The 350 cubic inch small block is a carbureted cast iron V8 with more aftermarket support than any engine in history. Every part is available, and every mechanic knows how to rebuild one. The NP205 transfer case is a gear-driven cast iron unit the off-road community considers indestructible. Clean examples are commanding $30,000 to $50,000 at auction because the market finally caught up to what mechanics have known for decades. And that brings us to the truck at the absolute top of this list. The one every veteran diesel mechanic calls the Holy Grail for one specific reason. You are about to hear it. At the top sits the undisputed Holy Grail of American truck ownership. From 1994 to 1998, the Dodge Ram with the 5.9-liter 12-valve Cummins inline 6 and the Bosch P7100 mechanical injection pump. Today, diesel trucks cost $80,000 and can shut themselves down on the highway because a diesel exhaust fluid sensor failed or a nitrogen oxide emissions module tripped. You are financing a machine that cannot function without an emissions computer and a cellular connection. The 12-valve Cummins with the P-pump erases all of that. The P7100 is a fully mechanical, gear-driven injection pump that fires fuel using nothing but physical camshaft rotation. No computer, no sensor, no software. This entire cast iron inline 6 requires exactly one electrical wire to run. That is the fuel shutoff solenoid. Here is what the dealerships never want you to hear. If a catastrophic failure kills that solenoid, you tie a shoelace to the mechanical shutoff lever, pull it open, bump, start the truck in gear, and the engine roars to life with 0 electricity. No battery, no microchip. Just cast iron, a mechanical pump, and diesel fuel. Mechanics report these engines crossing 500,000 miles on original internals. When Dodge switched to the VP44 electronic pump in late 1998, reliability complaints exploded. The 12-valve with the P-pump is the last true mechanical diesel truck ever mass-produced in America. Line all 5 up, and the pattern is impossible to ignore. Every one was built before active fuel management, before diesel exhaust fluid, before over-the-air updates, subscription-locked heated seats, and 84-month financing traps. Manufacturers stopped building trucks that last and started engineering trucks that generate dealer revenue on a schedule. That is not conspiracy. That is the recall record. That is the reason a 1996 Silverado with 200,000 miles is more dependable than a 2026 model with 30,000. Stop financing rolling computers. Find one of these trucks. Buy it in cash. Learn to turn a wrench. That is real ownership. Everything else is a lease with extra steps.